Hi. Hey, just waiting on more people to come in. I'm live on TikTok, like always, and YouTube. Hey everyone, hope that you guys are doing amazing. This is a conversation that we have to have, okay? Because I've been seeing just so much misinformation, and I know that when it comes to yeast infections, BV, this is something that a lot of women are struggling with. So I said, listen, we're gonna have to get to the root of these issues because so many women are not understanding and not knowing where these issues come from, and they're not exploring the root cause. It's always the same issue. Nobody wants to get to the root of it, and that's why you're having the reoccurring issues, the reoccurring, recurring BV, the recurring vaginal infections, because you're not getting to the root of it, okay? So we're gonna talk about it today. What does it mean when you have recurring yeast infections and BV, bacterial vaginosis? What does that mean? And also the hidden dangers of boric acid, okay? We're gonna talk about that today, all right? Hey, Jessica, hope that you guys are doing well. As you guys are coming in, let me know where you guys are watching from. I would love to know where you guys are watching from. Again, I am live on YouTube and TikTok. Hey, everyone coming in, hope that you guys are doing amazing. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Before we get started, we do have, just FYI, Boston. Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome. I know it's cold up there. It's cold. I'm watching from Turks and Caicos. Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. Maryland, prepper for this snowstorm. Yes. When is it coming, Jessica? Oh my God, let me know, because I know we're in the same area. Let me know. Hey, okay. Hey, RS, California. Hey. Let me know where you guys are watching from as you guys are coming in. I'm jealous about you guys in California too, but oh my gosh, Turks and Caicos. Do you live there, by the way? Or are you on vacation? I would love to know. But okay, so let's talk about it. Really important topic, because when it comes to tonight around 10 p.m. Lord. Okay, I just ordered water too. Okay, Pennsylvania. Okay, hey Danielle. Hey. Okay, so it's coming around 10 p.m. I want to move to Nyland. Listen, you and me both. It's gonna happen. That is my dream. You and me both. You and me, because this cold weather is not for me. I can't do it anymore. I'm done. All right. So as you guys are coming in, like the video. If you're on YouTube, click the like button on YouTube. If you are on TikTok, type on the screen, Guyana. Okay. Welcome. So let's get started. Yes, I'm living here. Oh, nice. Okay. Welcome. Thank you guys. So we're international. We have people in the Caribbean, in here, and all over the States. Welcome. Okay. Hi, Zeta. Hope that you're doing amazing. Okay. Let me hold on. It's always when I first come on YouTube, it's always somebody with an inappropriate comment. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, let's get started. Okay, so, and if you're not following me, ladies, if you're on TikTok and you're not following me, remember, they're going to, they're talking about banning TikTok, okay, on the 19th. Supposedly. So if you're not following me, if you enjoy my content, then make sure that you are also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the link in my bio, subscribe to my YouTube channel, because that's where I'm going to be doing my lives. Okay, if there's no more TikTok in the US, we'll see. Okay, we'll see. But just in case, just subscribe to my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio. You'll see where to subscribe. And yeah, let's get started. Share this with somebody you know that needs to see it. Another woman that may be dealing with yeast infections or BV. I know it's something a lot of women keep on the hush hush, but just share it with a few women. Okay, you never know. Okay, so let's talk about it. What is going on when we have these issues, these recurring issues? Oh, first of all, for those that are new, hi and welcome. Okay, my name is Sasha. Hey everyone, hey YouTube, hey TikTok, my name is Sasha. I'm a holistic womb specialist. What I do is I help women who have fibroids, who have reproductive health issues such as PCOS, adenomyosis, endometriosis, get to the root of these issues. I'm about getting to the root cause in order to shrink and dissolve your fibroids, in order to shrink and dissolve your cyst, in order to reverse conditions like endometriosis, adenomyosis, PCOS, and restore balance back into your body, which is so important. And it's also important, it's also kind of, the same thing that we're going to be talking about today, because when you have yeast infections, when you're having recurring yeast infections, when you're having, BV, your body's out of balance. Your body's out of balance, right? The gut is out of balance. There's several things that's going on. We're going to talk about that. It's important. So I help women get to the root of the issue in order to annihilate the issue, in order to get rid of fibroids, in order to get rid of cysts. It's so important that you approach healing as getting to the root. When you continue to mask your symptoms, you will be chasing symptoms for years. You're never gonna be able to get to the root of it. You're never gonna find healing. And this is where a lot of women go wrong in their reproductive health, okay? And women try to do the same things that they're always looking for a quick fix, and they're not understanding. And it's because of the Western medical system. They're not understanding that there's reasons why they have these issues. There's reasons why your body has, overgrowth of yeast. You have a yeast infection, and it's not just the vaginal area. It's also meaning that there's an overgrowth of yeast in the body. There's so many, you cannot continue to just, like I said, just treat your symptoms. You cannot continue to just treat your symptoms. You have to get to the root of the issue, or you're going to continuously be chasing symptoms for the rest of your life, okay? And a lot of people see this, with themselves. They're always chasing the new symptoms, right? They have BV, then they have yeast infections, then they have heavy bleeding, then they have cramps, then it's always something, because you're not addressing these things from the root. And I know that the way the Western medicine is, they don't teach us how to do that. They kind of have us in this, just treat the symptoms. You got to get out of that. You got to get yourself out of that. You have to understand, when your body's developing a symptom, you have to ask yourself, where is this coming from? Why is this occurring? If not, if you're just treating the problem, if you're just treating the problem and not getting to the root of the issue, what's going to happen is it's just going to become a recurring problem, and it's just going to show up differently, right? It could just show up differently. So it's important to understand that, listen, when you have these issues, when you have a yeast infection, when your body develops a yeast infection, BV, there are deeper reasons for that. And we're going to talk about that today, okay? So, everybody, shameless plug, we do have a 3-day workshop coming up called the 3-day Healing Your Hormones workshop. It's coming up on the 15th, 16th, and 17th for women that want to completely restore their hormonal balance, okay? For women that actually, also too, especially for women that have the fibroids, the endometriosis, the heavy bleeding, you have to address your hormones. So I'm going to teach you in those 3 days how to restore balance, how to restore your hormonal balance, okay? And I'm going to teach you about the hormone hierarchy, your periods as well, the 4 phases of your period, and so much more. You're going to learn a lot, because a lot of us are walking around being out of balance, or when our hormones being out of balance. That's why we're getting the yeast infections and the fibroids and all of these things, right? So it's important. If you have any of these reproductive health issues, you need to be there. If you have, chaotic cycles, you need to be in that masterclass, workshop. It's a 3-day workshop. Right now, it is $97. It's $50 off for the first 10 women that sign up, okay? So if you're interested in learning more, the link is in my bio. If you are on TikTok, if you are on YouTube, you want to learn more about the Healing Your Hormones workshop, 3-day workshop, the link is in the description box, okay? Get in there while it's $97, because the standard price is $147. And the first 10 women, how long, they're about an hour and a half, roughly, depends on, about an hour and a half, because I'm going to do my presentation. We're also going to do Q&A at the end, and you do get the replays to the workshops, FYI, okay? If you also have recurrent, we're going to go over a section where I'm literally helping you get rid of BV, yeast infections as well. I'm going to cover that as well there, because people have brought this to my attention and say, you need to talk about this, because this is really a huge issue with women, and it's all over TikTok, and there's so much bad advice about it. So that's why I'm like, okay, we're going to add that section in the workshop as well. So if this is your issue, especially if you have reproductive health issues, you need to be in that workshop, okay? Healing Your Hormones 3-day workshop, okay? So let's get started. So what does it mean when women have BV or yeast infections? A lot of women look at this as isolated issues. Hey, Nacho, greetings, right? This is why women are, going to get antibiotics from the doctor, or, the boric acid suppositories, everything but getting to the root. They're looking at it as an isolated problem. They're just focusing on the actual problem, but they're not understanding that especially if you have recurring yeast infections, if you're having BV, these are symptoms of a deeper problem. It's not just it's not just about, you feeling uncomfortable and having a yeast infection. This is a full body issue. This is a gut issue, okay? And when you put acid, you guys, yesterday I almost had a headache. When you put acid in your vagina, when you insert acid in your vagina, you're not getting to the root cause of the problem. So if you're using boric acid suppositories, whatever, anything that has boric acid in it, please throw it away. It does not belong anywhere ingested, inserted, it's going to do more damage. And I'm gonna explain why towards the end. Okay, you got to understand what's going on with your body, and you have to get to the root of the problem. You guys just running around and only treating symptoms is at your own demise. It's at your own demise, right? It's at your own detriment. You got to get to the root of the issue. So what does it mean? Let's talk about yeast infections first, because this one, facts, the reason why they burn. Absolutely, and they burn. And women are literally fighting me all online about being able to use, oh, my doctor said it's okay. See, this is where we get in trouble, right? Because we don't do our own research and we just listen to everything a doctor says, knowing all about, and most people understand that the medical system is not there to heal them. They're just there to, to keep them as a patient for the rest of their lives. Most people understand that, but then we still make decisions based off what our doctor tells us without doing our own further research. And you gotta stop doing that. You gotta start having, we have to start critically thinking when it comes to our health. We have to start doing that. You cannot just walk around blindly taking anything, any medication or any treatment that our doctor says take. You have to do more research. You have to have more critical thinking, or you're going to be in trouble. Okay? So it's important. Anything, when it comes to acid, nothing, as a matter of fact, nothing unnatural should be inserted in your vagina. That's number one. Nothing unnatural should be inserted in your vagina. That's number one. Number two, especially with something with the name acid, especially something that they're using as that's in roach killer ingredients, that's in pest control. Because that's what boric acid is. They use that in pest control and to kill ants and roaches. And that's what you're inserting into your vagina, right? So this is where critical thinking comes in, right? And as adults, we're responsible for what we know and what we don't know. So it's important that you do research, further research before you insert things inside of you, okay? So I'm going to follow you because I need assistance with my friend. Okay. Also subscribe to the email list. We're gonna get there, Stephanie, hold on. Okay, so yeast infections is, when you have a yeast infection, that's an overgrowth of yeast, of candida. That's not just something in the vaginal area, but it's also overgrowth of yeast in the gut as well. It's not just something going on in the vagina, right? So you have an overgrowth of yeast. You have an overgrowth of bad bacteria in the body, right? The bacteria in the body, there's good and bad bacteria in the body. There's supposed to be a balance, and the balance has been disrupted, okay? So that results in symptoms like itching, like burning, like the white abnormal discharge, right? And I told you guys yesterday, you should not be discharging every day. If it's not ovulation week, you should not be discharging, okay? So there's that. So it's not just a local infection, it's a yeast overgrowth in the body. It's a lot. So we have to treat it as such. We can't just treat it as it's just something going on in the vagina and that's it. And we cannot treat it as with antibiotics. We cannot treat it as, you have to cleanse your internal environment, right? You gotta cleanse. So what's the root causes of yeast infections? Okay? Because I know that some people are gonna say, oh, how do you get rid of it? Without wanting to understand the root of it. You guys know how I do. If you've been following me for any length of time, we're getting to the root of the issue, okay? So if you're just on here to get quick tips and tricks, bye-bye. We're getting to the root. That's what we do here. Because this is why we all of these issues are so rampant in the community. Nobody wants to get to the root of the issue. That's your issue. That's your problem right there. So when we have these issues, when we have yeast infections, especially when you're having recurrent yeast infections, right? I want you to understand, first and foremost, it's never normal. I've heard doctors say, and people say online that, oh, it's normal to get a yeast infection. It's never normal. I need you to understand that. It's never normal to get a yeast infection. No, this daily discharge is not normal. It's not. It's not. It's never normal to have a yeast infection. This signifies there's an overgrowth of yeast in the body. So if a doctor ever tells you it's normal, I will get another doctor. Run. It's not normal. You should not get yeast infections. Let's make that very clear. So what does this mean? That means that you're having hormonal imbalances. So a lot of women have what is called estrogen dominance. And I talk about that all the time. We're also going to cover that in the 3-day workshop, okay? Healing your hormones. That's when your estrogen levels are out of balance. There's a series of hormones that are out of balance as well. So that creates the environment for yeast to thrive, right? That creates the environment for bacteria to grow. That when your body's when you're dealing with imbalanced estrogen levels, that's going to create an environment in your body, like I said, that it's going to lower your immune system and create the environment for yeast, for overgrowth of bacteria, right? That's going to create the environment also for abnormal cells to thrive as well. So it's really important. That's why I said that estrogen dominance is potentially dangerous. It's important that when you have it, you have to reverse it. You have to get your body back in balance. So it's extremely important, okay? So there's that. So you're dealing with estrogen dominance. That's also the root causes. This is why women that have the fibroids, the PCOS, the hormonal imbalances, the really bad periods, they're more prone to yeast infections and BV, right? They tend to be the ones getting these issues, okay? When your body's healthy, when your gut is healthy, you're not going to get yeast infections or BV. It's not going to happen, okay? Also, too, when you're having these issues, your gut health. I told you guys before, when you have fibroids, when you have reproductive health issues, your gut is backed up, right? There's an imbalance and there's a unhealthy gut microbiome. Your digestive system is backed up. The same thing is going on when you have yeast infections and BV. So understand that your gut and your vaginal health, your reproductive system, they're closely linked. They're right next to each other. They're closely linked. So if there's something going on as far as fibroids, heavy bleeding, yeast infections, BV, that's also a gut issue, right? That's also a gut issue. So there's an imbalance there's an overgrowth of yeast in the gut. Candida, look it up, right? So a yeast infection is just a symptom of a bigger problem. That's why it makes no sense to just treat the yeast infection and not do anything about the hormone imbalance, the gut issue, not do anything about that, right? It makes no sense. So again, when you just do the antibiotics, when you do the antibiotics at all, let's just be clear. When you take antibiotics, you're stripping your gut, you're disrupting the health of your gut, okay? Let me just make that very clear, because antibiotics do not heal you. I don't care what your doctor says, okay? You guys know I'm coming from a holistic standpoint. Let's make that clear, okay? So if you are one of those people that think that everything the doctor says is gold, right? You don't understand that we have a healthcare system that's trying to keep us sick, that's trying to keep us a lifetime customer. If you don't understand that in 2025, I don't know what rock you've been under. I don't understand what's going on up here. But if you don't understand that, my content, my lives are not for you, okay? So that's number one. So when the gut isn't functioning correctly, then this is when, again, yeast thrives. This is when overgrowth of bacteria thrives, right? This is when bad bacteria, you mess up the balance in your body. And the reason why this is so dangerous, right? This is a system of a bigger problem. It's your body letting you know, hey, we're out of balance here. We're dealing with, overgrowth of bacteria here, but a lot of people are not taking the signs. They're not making any type of lifestyle changes, any type of diet changes. They're still eating a bunch of sugar and crap. It doesn't make any sense. And you think that by keeping your same lifestyle and just putting boric acid, inserting it in your vagina, that's healing. No, it's not. Even if you feel a little better at the moment, because you just burnt everything, it's acid, right? So you just killed the good and bad bacteria. It's acid. You just disrupted everything. You may feel a little relief, but you're not healing the actual problem. You're not healing the underlying cause. And it's just gonna show up either again or in a different way. That's all it's doing, okay? So you're creating a bigger issue. And this is why they even have that boric acid can cause infertility. I don't understand why, and they even tell you on Google, but people are still using this. And people that work in pharmacies were messaging me, letting me know as well that this boric acid is in so many medications and it's in so many things that they're giving people. It's ridiculous. So you have to, even you guys that are taking these medications, you have to be careful and understand and look, what are you actually taking? A lot of people don't read. They don't read, they don't care, they just put any old thing into their bodies. That shows what you think of yourself, right? You have to start doing some research. If you're putting something in your body, somebody's giving you some type of medication, whatever, start doing research on what it is.
What are their ingredients? Don't just take things blindly, right? You're doing more harm than good. And then you come down with these reproductive health issues or these health issues and you're like, I don't know where this came from. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So we gotta be smarter with how we approach our health in 2025. You guys see, if you have been watching the news or even social media, they're saying that, is this going to be a 2020 part 2? It could be. A lot of people are getting sick with all sorts of things, viruses, this and that. You can't afford to be walking around with a yeast infection or fibroids or BV right now, because that means that your immune system is lowered, it's compromised by default. You can't afford to be walking around with all this stuff going on. You got to get your body healthy. You got to get your hormones in balance. You got to raise your immune system. You have to really get up level your immune system so that you can be immune to all this crap that's going around now. Okay? People think that putting on, a mask on their face is going to, it's going to do something. No, keeping your body healthy, keeping your immunity high. That's what you need to be focused on right now. Okay? It's important. It's important that you actually understand these issues. There's deeper, when you have these issues, it's a full body issue. It's a full body issue. So stop just looking at just the issue, and it's a symptom of a bigger issue. Okay? So understand. Sometimes I have my period 3-5 days while having. Okay, what does that have to do with the? No offense, but what does that have to do with the what we're talking about? So chronic stress as well. This is another thing. A lot of people even realize that they get yeast infections or BV when they're stressed out, when they're not taking care of self. Remember, I told you guys before. Hi, Telesti. I told you guys before. When it comes to stress, a lot of people may develop fibroids, develop, heavy bleeding, or these reproductive health issues after very stressful events. So watch your stress levels. It does affect your immunity. It does affect your hormones. It does when your cortisol levels rise continuously. What this creates is it creates this environment in your body where that's unhealthy, because your progesterone is decreasing drastically as that cholesterol raises. So this also creates an environment of causing bad estrogens in your body to thrive, right? Which creates a very toxic environment in the body. So it's important that you, again, and that's going to, like I said, that's going to, again, create the environment for the yeast to thrive, for bacteria to thrive when you're always stressed out, right? So if you work a stressful job or you're in a stressful, this is why too, let me segue to this too. A lot of women say that the reason why BV and yeast infections may occur is because of, the men. That could very well be true, right? If you're in a toxic relationship and you're in a constant state of fight or flight, absolutely, you're going to notice, like, you're going to be more prone to, yeast infections. You're going to be more prone to fibroids. You're going to be, because your body's in a state of fight or flight. So your immunity is lowered by default, right? So it's important that you understand this. So if you're in a perpetual state of stress and anxiety, that is, like I said, very dangerous for your body. Women are not made to do that, okay? They're not made to be in a perpetual state of stress. They're just not. So if you are allowing that into your life, because we're adults, we allow that into our lives because you don't have boundaries, you don't have standards, whatever it is. And this doesn't even have to be a romantic partner. This could be family members that come into your life and stress you out. This could be anybody, right? This could be jobs. This could be anybody, okay? So it's important that you understand and know that, listen, these issues have root causes. So stress is definitely a huge root cause to, not just fibroids, BV, yeast infections, all right? So it's important. Do not just treat things on the surface. Start getting to the root of the issue. It's important that you start getting to the root of the issue, okay? So you do have to make changes when you have these issues, ladies. You can't just live your same lifestyle and think and think that you're going to heal by taking a whole bunch of antibiotics or boric acid. You got to make changes in your life. And a lot of people are doing these harsh things to their bodies because they don't want to make changes. They want to avoid that.
They want to avoid that, okay? Yes, I went back to therapy as well, keep talking. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's important. You should not experience a burning sensation. That's the issue. That's the issue. That could be BV. That's the issue. But it's important. It's important, right? It's important. So if you're in a perpetual state of stress, yes, you're more prone to, and you're getting BV and yeast infections. That's why that you're disrupting the balance in your body when you put your body in a state of stress. You're lowering your immunity, right? This is why they say stress kills. This is why they say stress, because it does. It does, okay? And it makes you susceptible to all types of viruses, infections, right? So the same thing, just like eating a bad diet, all the sugar, yeast, right, makes you susceptible to all of these issues, right? So you do have to, I'm sorry, you do have to change your diet. I know you guys don't want to hear that. You got to change your lifestyle. You have to start taking care of yourself, right? You have to start, or this will continuously be issues. And stop looking for quick fixes. Just like I say, when you're dealing with fibroids, stop looking for a quick fix. Stop looking at what surgery to do, what new TikTok trend to do. No, get to the root of the issue. And let me just say this too about TikTok trends, because this boric acid is a TikTok trend. You guys will literally like ruin yourself looking for hope, like going through TikTok and just listening to whatever you say, okay? Do these people have receipts? Do these people have receipts of people that they've helped? Are they experts in their field? You guys see my receipts, okay? If you've been following me for any length of time, I just did a live yesterday where I talked about my client who got rid of, and if you're on YouTube, I did it on YouTube, the replay's on YouTube, talked about my client that got rid of, working with me for 6 months, adenomyosis, fibroids, and endometriosis. She got rid of adenomyosis and endometriosis and shrunk all of her fibroids. She got rid of endometriomas. She got rid of uterine scarring. Her periods went from 16 days, long and heavy, to now being less than a week. So listen up. If they don't have risk, and you guys, if you guys have been following me for any length of time, you guys see all my other clients. For years worth of receipts from courses, from workshops, from masterclasses, from programs. Are you kidding me? But you guys will sit there and listen to a random person with none of that on TikTok. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And there's grown women, and this is not, I get the teenagers can be fooled easily, but these are grown women. You guys are listening to random people on TikTok that have no receipts, nobody that they've helped, nothing. You start vetting people, okay? Start vetting people. Sasha knows what she's talking about. She helped me get rid of the bloating. Absolutely, yes, absolutely. And better periods, not just bloating. Jessica, having much better periods. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, helped hundreds of women get rid of fibroids, something that they keep telling women that they have to have surgery for. Every single time my clients are going to the doctor's office to get their ultrasounds, to get their MRIs, and the doctors are saying, oh my gosh, your fibroids are gone, or they've shrunk, or it doesn't make any sense. And my period went from 7 days to 4 days. Please tell them, because they think that periods are supposed to be 7 days long. They're still arguing with me under that same video that has over like a million views now, because they're going crazy under the post thinking that periods are supposed to be over 7 days, which is absolutely insane. So it doesn't make any sense. It's important that you get to the root of the issue and listen to people that know what the hell they're talking about. Stop listening to people that just talking the talk. That will be your downfall. We're living in times where there's so much information out there, but most of it is not the right information. So seek the real truth, and you have to have discernment. So if somebody's saying acid is okay to insert in your vagina, you as a grown woman, that shouldn't even make sense to you. This is where critical thinking comes in. People have to start thinking again. We're going into times where people have to start thinking again. Okay? Do you have a payment plan? Yes, I have a payment plan for all of my programs. Absolutely. Okay? If you are interested in that, send me an email. The link is in my bio. If you want to email me, you'll see the envelope symbol. Okay? We do have our Detoxify Your Womb program open. And I also have a 6-week womb healing experience. I'm only taking 2 people to start on this Wednesday. Okay? That's if you guys are interested in healing your bodies. This is for women that want to get rid of fibroids, that want to get rid of this stuff. Not that want to keep it, that want to play around with it. Women who are wanting to go all the way and change their diet and lifestyle.
That's women I'm working with that want to become the best versions of themselves, that want to release all of this trauma from their bodies. That's the woman I want to work with, not women that's running around online looking for quick fixes that and wanting to keep the fibroids, because that's what's going to happen, right? That's wanting to keep the yeast infections and the BV. I'm not talking to those women that's looking for a quick fix and don't want to get to the root of the issue and will keep having the recurrent issue and keep looking for quick fix after quick fix. Like, when does it register? This is a deeper problem that you have to address. You have to address, okay? You have to address. So the root causes are, you have to rebalance those hormones. You got to reverse the estrogen dominance. You have to heal your gut. Okay? If you want to know the how, we're having, I said this earlier, if you was here, we're having a 3-day workshop called Healing Your Hormones for women that want to restore their hormonal balance. I'm teaching that there. Okay? So if you're interested, the link is in the bio. If you're looking to heal this issue, this is not quick fix session. This is for women that want to get to the root of the issue. Because you living with yeast infections and BV, that is not, listen, I know you're suffering. I know, and we gotta think better of our wombs. We have to think higher of our wombs. I just joined, I'm listening, so I didn't catch. Okay, no problem. No problem. Check the workshop if you want to know how. We gotta think better of our wombs. This is why I said on Facebook yesterday, a lot of women hate their wombs, and you can tell. You can tell. A lot of women hate their wombs. You can tell. All this infections, all this BV, we gotta do better. It's your lifestyle and your diet. You gotta do better. It's not just happening to you randomly because, and it's also who you choose as a partner, okay? Now, when it comes to the relationship aspect of it, whoever you're having sex with, aspect of it, I want to say this, if you are, let me just say this. I'm gonna just say it, okay? If you're having sex and you're not in a relationship and it's just like a situationship or whatever, that person could be having sex with multiple people. So you have to be very careful. And that could be the reason why you're having BV, yeast infections. And that also makes you more prone to STDs. Understand this. STDs love toxic environments. Yes, I'm saying anybody can get an STD. Yes, I'm saying yes. But they love latching on to estrogen, when there's estrogen dominance, which is hormonal imbalances, when there's bacteria, when your pH balance is disrupted, they love that. So you're more prone to STDs, okay? So that's why it's so important that it's so important that you can't just be out here having sex with anybody, okay? You cannot be just out here having sex with anybody. It's not with these STDs, the way these HIVs increasing and going up rapidly, STDs, you have to be very careful. That's number one, okay? Number two, for women that are in relationships, married, in actual exclusive relationships, married, be sure, if you're dealing with this BV or yeast infections, could it be, some people say, this is true, okay? Spiritually, maybe that person is not right for you, but that's not always the case. It could be that, but that's not always the case. And you as a woman, that's something for you to decide. Like you know whether the person is right for you or not, whether you know internally, okay? But it could be that, or it could be you guys are just passing them back and forth to each other. Yeast infections especially, you guys can just be passing them back and forth. So take a break from sexual activity as you're healing your body, okay? Take a break, okay? Take a break, and it could be also too toxic sperm. Yes, if he's drinking, smoking, living a crazy lifestyle, not taking care of himself, and ejaculating in you, yeah. I mean, and that's gonna throw your balance off. Absolutely, it's gonna throw your pH balance off. Absolutely, right? So this is why it's so important. It's so important that when you're making these changes, the people around you are making changes as well. Okay, so I just want to say that. So let's talk about BV. Let's talk about yeast infections. Let's talk a little bit about BV. Both are very common, but they're not normal. Both are common among women, but they're not normal. They're not normal, okay? I don't care what your doctor says, it's not normal. So BV is an overgrowth of bacteria, harmful bacteria that disrupts the balance in the body. Okay, it's the symptoms could be abnormal discharge. Typically, yeah, it's smelly, like fishy odor, irritation, feels very uncomfortable in the vaginal area. Okay, I don't think I have to go on with that, but this can be triggered again by hormonal imbalances, by estrogen dominance, the imbalance of estrogen in the body, by poor immunity, right? So this, if your immune system is weakened, that could be, you know, from the way you eat, from lack of sleep, from stress. If your immune system is weakened, you're more apt to get these infections. So you have to be careful. That's why it's so important as a woman to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, okay? Can we get more likes on YouTube? What's going on YouTube, okay? That's why it's so important as a woman to take care of yourself. And if you guys have questions, drop them in the chat. It could be about fibroids or endometriosis or anything like that as well, okay? And make sure that you guys are also get on my email list, especially if you're on TikTok, YouTube as well. Get on the email list, okay? So, okay, I don't see any questions on YouTube. So it's important also to avoid using things that's gonna throw off your pH balance. This could be scented soaps, what is that they're them called? Yoni pearls, like these crates, stop. You guys have to stop. Do you know the foods to eat to help with the yeast? Absolutely. I have a womb wellness grocery shopping list. If you go to the link in my bio, you'll see it. If you have any of these issues, you need that grocery shopping list. Somebody literally just said yesterday that just by the grocery shopping list, their periods are better. So it just if you've been following me and you have not gotten that grocery shopping list, get the grocery shopping list, okay? The link is in my bio. I gotta look at the link, okay. If you're on YouTube, the link is in my description box. Get it and start eating if it's not on the list, don't eat it. Use the list when you go to the grocery store, I'm sorry. Okay, use the list. If it's not on the list, don't get it. Okay? So stop using these yoni pearls. Stop using these antibiotics. Like, you're doing things to throw your balance out even more. Stop using scented stuff, in the vaginal area. Stop using that stuff. Stop using that stuff. Stop with the douching. Stop that. Okay, I've been having recurring yeast infections and itching before and after. Oh my God, so uncomfortable. I can imagine. Do you have any type of fibroids or anything like that? That's definitely a hormone imbalance as well. But let me know if you have any reproductive health issues. I'm asking because typically women that follow me have some type of reproductive health issue. Okay, but if you have fibroids, endometriosis, any of these womb issues, PCOS, that also indicate a hormonal imbalance, then of course you're more prone to yeast infections and BV. Definitely. Okay, for sure. All right. So there's that. Maybe it's just no one can recall. Nothing I can. Okay. So check out our Healing Your Hormones. If you have yeast infections, there's actually two things that I have for you. Nobody that follow me should have recurring yeast infections or BV when I have things for them. Okay. So I have a 3-day workshop. If you want to heal your hormones, restore balance back into your body, I have a 3-day workshop. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm really excited about it. The link is in my bio. It's called Healing Your Hormones 3-day workshop. It will be from January 15th through the 17th. Okay. Yes, there's a cost. Absolutely. It'll be from January 15th through the 17th. Okay. The link is in my bio for more information about that. You'll get the replays as well. I'm going to teach you how to rebalance your hormones, how to restore, and not just the sex hormones, not just estrogen and progesterone. No, because before you can even get there, before you can even get to the progesterone and estrogen, you got to also address the foundational hormones. So I'm going to teach you about how to restore complete balance and back into your body so that you're not continuously chasing your hormones and chasing symptoms. Okay? So whether you have fibroids, this is going to be beneficial to you, endometriosis, heavy bleeding, yeast infections, BV definitely need to be there as well because I'm going to cover that as well. If you have issues with your menstrual cycle, you need to be there. Okay, me too. I'm okay now, but mine
is any day, so I know it's coming. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but it's important to also have if you don't want to join that, look into my Fix Your Period course, because as well, it also helps with, again, balancing the hormones, and again, getting rid of balancing the good and bad bacteria in your body, balancing your body, balancing your hormones, getting rid of infections, right? And promoting a healthy environment in the body. So if you are interested in Fix Your Period course, that does that as well, okay? To be walking around here with yeast infections and BV is just, we have to stop it. Especially for women, if you're over the age of, I'm gonna call y'all out, 21, we gotta stop. Like, no, if you're grown, no, it's unacceptable. Heal your body so that this is not, because I know it's uncomfortable. You can't even function right when you have a yeast infection or BV. You can't even function right, okay? So start actually investing in things, not boric acid. Invest in things that's gonna not just get rid of the problem, but get to the root of the issue, okay? Get to the root of the issue, all right? Anybody have any questions before we go? Okay, if you join, for again, the first 10 women that sign up for the Healing Your Hormones workshop, they get it $50 off. So you get it at $97 for 3 days. Okay, 3 days I'm gonna be teaching on there on Zoom, and you'll get access to the replays, forever access to the replays. You'll get Q&A as well. There'll be time for Q&A. It's gonna be amazing. I'm excited about it. Okay. It's going to be again from Wednesday through Friday, not this coming, the following one, the 15th through the 17th. It's for women that want to restore balance back into their bodies in 2025, okay? For women that want to restore balance back into their bodies in 2025, all right? So there's that. I don't see any questions. So we shouldn't be, going into 2025 still with yeast infections and BV. We shouldn't. And imbalanced hormones and heavy periods and all this crap. We gotta stop. We have to stop. Create a healthy environment for your body. Love yourself enough to create a healthy environment in your body to restore your hormonal balance, right? And get rid of all this fibroids and cysts and reverse these issues. We got more. We got all this stuff we have to worry about. It's about to be 2020 part 2. People are getting sick left and right. It may be another lockdown. I don't know, right? And you are walking around here with lowered immunity because if you have these issues, your immune system is not where it needs to be. So you got to do better. This is not a time to slip up on your health. It's not. Don't let this thing catch you guys slipping like it did last time. And everybody was running around to mask their face and block up their oxygen and think that's going to heal them. It's not. It's not. Or jab yourself and think that's going to heal you. It's not. You keeping your body healthy, that's what's going to heal you. That's what's going to, have you get through this period safely. Okay, without getting sick. Okay? I know I trigger some people with that, but it is what it is. Jabbing yourself is not going to keep you healthy. I'm sorry. Okay, it's not. But that's all. You guys have a great rest of your day. Again, get into the workshop. If you are having hormonal issues, if you are having issues with yeast infections, BV, the link is in the bio. If you're on TikTok, if you are on YouTube, the link is in my description box. Okay, that's pretty much it for today's. I don't see any questions, so I'm gonna go. You guys have a great rest of your evening, okay, or your afternoon. All right, have a great day. Bye, YouTube.